Good morning, dear student. Welcome to you e-learning classes managed by Modern English School, Nevada. Dear student, myself Sujay Kumar, your mathematics teacher of Modern English School, New Area, Nevada. Today I discuss some property of irrational numbers. In previous lecture, I solved how you can find the irrational number. Then you can prove that root 2 is irrational, root 3 is irrational, root 11 is irrational, like this. Today, I discuss other types of questions. If product of rational irrational is irrational, the sum of rational and irrational is always irrational, the difference between rational and irrational is irrational, and the quotient of rational and irrational is always irrational. So today I discuss one by one questions. You see carefully, and you can solve every question by these methods. It is not compulsory that all question is solved by your bookish methods. You can solve by this method also. If you like to solve by your book method, then that is also right. But if you want to solve by this method, then you can solve it. Here is first question is, if P is prime, then prove that root P is irrational number. Like as 2 is prime, and then prove that root 2 is irrational number. Similarly, type that questions, but here at the place of 2 is P. So we write in solution that let root P is a rational number in the form of a by b, where no any common factor between a and b other than 1. That means root P is rational number in the form of a by b and no any common factor between a and b other than 1. So suppose here other than 1. So suppose that is root P is equal to a by b. Squaring both sides, then you get P is equal to a square by b square. Therefore, a square is equal to p into b square. That means a square is divisible by p. So a is also divisible by p. Now we take if a is divisible by p, then you write a is equal to p. That means how times divisible p? M times. So a is equal to pm. So what is a square? That is p square by m. P square and m. And what is the value of a square? You write from here, from equation first. Write here from first. What you get here? Here you get p b square is equal to p square m square. Then p cancel. So b square is equal to p m square. Hence b square is divisible by p. So b is also divisible by p. Now find out. B is divisible by p and here is a is divisible by 2. But your condition is that a and b are not divisible by any number other than 1. But here contradiction. If p is prime, then it is divisible by a. A is divisible by p, and also it is given b is also divisible by p. So it is contradict. So now we write it is contradict. Our supposition is wrong. So root p is an irrational number. Last line dear student you write, it is contradict, our supposition is wrong, so root p is an irrational number. So we write this. Again example first, show that 2 plus root 3 is an irrational number. Dear student, you can solve by this method also, and you can also solve by your book methods. Here we suppose 2 plus root 3 is a rational number. Rational number in the form of a by b. In the form of a by b. So we write 2 plus root 3 is equal to a by b. So what is the value of root 3? Root 3 is equal to a by b minus 2. Then root 3 is equal to b and a minus 2b. Now we write, but root 3 is an irrational number, but a minus 2b by b is rational. So our supposition is wrong. So our supposition is wrong. Hence 2 plus root 3 is an irrational number. Dear student, this type of questions, when the combination of rational and irrational, you can solve by this method. Here it clearly 2 is rational, but root 3 is irrational. And your question is, what is the sum of rational and irrational? Then it is always irrational. What condition you solve? You suppose that 2 plus root 3 is rational number, and it is the form of a by b. Then 2 separated here, then here is root 3, but here is a minus 2 by b. Because a by b is rational, and you separated any number, then it is also irrational. So this part is irrational, but clearly root 3 is irrational. So irrational is never equal to the rational. Here is root 3 is irrational, but a minus 2b by b is rational. So our supposition is wrong. Hence clearly we suppose here it is rational number. So my supposition is rational number is wrong. Hence 2 plus root 3 is an irrational number. So right, our supposition is wrong. Hence 2 plus root 3 is irrational number. Next question. To prove that 2 root 3 is an irrational number. Prove that 2 root 3 is an irrational number. So write, let 2 root 3 is a rational number. Root 3 is a rational number in the form a by b. So we write here 2 root 3 is equal to a by b. Then what is the value of root 3? It is a by 2b. Because 2 is here multiplied, goes this side, then it is divided. So it is clear that root 3 is an irrational number. Irrational number, but a by 2b is rational number. Root 3 is an irrational number, but a by 2 is rational number, so it is contradict. Because root 3 is irrational and a by 2 is irrational, and both are equal. How it is possible? root 3 is irrational and a by 2 is irrational, and it is equal, it is never equal because one is rational and other is irrational, so our supposition is wrong. Hence we write it is contradict, our supposition is wrong, hence 2 root 3 is an irrational number. Hence write 2 root 3 is irrational number. Now prove that 1 by root 2 is an irrational number. Here is root 2 in the reciprocal form. So we write let 1 by root 2 is a rational number. In the form a by b. So 1 by root 2 is equal to a by b. If here is root 2 at the place of any irrational number at the place of denominator, then your first work you rationalize them. If any number, irrational number at the place of your denominator, then it is clear as class 9 you first rationalizing the denominator. So you write here 1 by root 2 multiplying by root 2 into root 2. Here is a by b. Then it is root 2 by 2 is equal to a by b. Therefore, root 2 is equal to what? Then it is equal to 2a by b. But root 2 is irrational number and 2a by b is rational number. It is contradict. Our supposition is wrong because root 2 is irrational, but 2a by b is rational number. So our supposition is wrong. Hence write 1 by root 2 is an irrational number. One dear student, one statement here right. It is contradict. Our supposition is wrong. Hence 1 by root 2 is an irrational number. Now your question is, prove that 3 plus 5 root 2 is an irrational number. Prove that 3 plus 5 root 2 is an irrational number. So in the solution you write let 3 plus 5 root 2 is a rational number. Rational number in the form a by b. So we write 3 plus 5 root 2 is equal to a by b. So 5 root 2 is equal to a by b minus 3. So 5 root 2 is equal to b, a minus 3b. Hence root 2 is equal to a minus 3b by 5b. This 5 goes here. Now again write what is root 2? To write root 2 is an irrational number. Irrational number. But a minus 3b by 5b is a rational number. Hence, our supposition is wrong because root 2 is an irrational number, but a minus 3b by 5b is a rational number. So our supposition is wrong. Hence, it is clear. It is 3 plus 5 root 2 is an irrational number. Then first we find it is irrational. I write here irrational. Then except the irrational, all term goes right sides. All terms here 3 plus 5 root 2 goes right sides. Then you get here 5 root 2 is equal to a by b minus 3. Then 5 root 2 is equal to a minus 3b by b. So root 2 is equal to a minus 3b by 5b. It is clear here that root 2 is an irrational, but a minus 3b by 5b is a rational number and both are equal. It is not possible. It is contradict. So our supposition is wrong. Hence our supposition is wrong. Then you can say 3 plus 5 root 2 is irrational. Next, prove that root 2 plus root 3 is irrational number. In this question, both are irrational and you have to prove it is irrational number. So, student, you write let root 2 plus root 3 is rational number. Rational number in the form of a, because rational is always 3 and rational is always 3 by 4. Both are rational. Here is 3, then here is 1. So similarly a by b is rational, but a is also rational. So when your question is two numbers are given, both are root, then that times you suppose it is rational but in the form of only a, not like a by b. So you write root 2 plus root 3 is equal to a. Then what is the value of root 3? It is a minus root 2. Squaring both sides, what you get? Here is root 3, here is a minus root 2 whole square. So you get here 3, here is a square, here is root 2, here is minus 2 into a into root 2. You have to get here 3 a square plus 2 minus 2a root 2. Then you write it is equal to 2a root 2 is equal to a square plus 2 minus 3. Right here 2a root 2 minus here, I write here 2a root 2 and a square plus 2 there minus 3. Then 2a root 2 is equal to a square minus 1. Then what is the value of root 2? It is a square minus 1 by 2a. Dear students, now find out here that it is clear one side is root 2 and other side is a square minus 1 by 2a. See here, here is root 2 and here is a square minus 1 by 2a. Here again contradict. You write root 2 is irrational but a square minus 1 by 2a is irrational. So our supposition is wrong. Because here is root 2, it is clear it is irrational number, and here is a square minus 1 by 2a. It is clear it is a rational number. It is irrational number, but this side is rational number, and here sign is equal to. So we write our supposition is wrong. It is contradict. Hence we can say that root 2 plus root 3 is always an irrational number. So other questions of the exercise of 1D, you try to solve by this method. I think you can solve the other questions. If any problem, then ask to me to personal WhatsApp number. Thank you.